Welcome, my name is Barney Reese. I am the author of How Blessed You Are in God's Promises. Today I want to talk to you more about the universe, concepts of the universe. The reason I'm using these universal concepts is because to me, the law of attraction, law of vibration, personal growth and development all runs hand in hand, and it really is universal concepts. Some of these things are older than time itself, but we use them in different things. Now, when you start to study this stuff, you start to learn these patterns. And there truly are patterns out there in this universe that you're not even seeing because you don't realize that these people are tapping into this force of potential, which is energy, which is always around you for their dreams to come true, for their desires to come true. And every time you meet somebody that does something amazing, you're learning this. I've met many pilots that said that they wanted to be, when they was very young, that they wanted to be pilots, and now they are flying airplanes. I've met athletes that said that they just one day started running and they ran marathons, and they started lightly. They just started running. They would run a little bit and they jog a little bit. So don't ever think that you're too far behind or not caught up with everybody else, because that's not necessarily the case. The reason that you don't do anything is you give up. Now, I'm going to give you a what if because I'm listening to a book right now. It's not very long, but what if the universe was inside of each one of you and you could tap into it through your imagination, through meditation, and through visualization? And from this universe, you could bring out anything you wanted to in time with practice. If you added feeling and emotion, energy and motion to it, would you be interested? Well, folks, this isn't fiction. This is how they beat you. They sit down 30 minutes to an hour a day and they focus on what they want in their life to manifest. Some focus on a new job. Some focus on a new car. Some focus on other things, but they start focusing on what they want. Some focus on a business that they want to operate. Some focus on abundance. Now, abundance, you should understand this and get this very well. Abundance means that you give freely. That means you're not trying to hold on to your money. Think of your hands with 2 grains of sand in them, and one of them is emptying completely out onto the ground. So abundance, you live abundantly. But what is abundantly? Happiness, joy, laughter. All those are abundance things that you can do. You're looking at money and wealth. I would rather have wealth than money, because wealth is going to go on to your family, and wealth is other things than just money. But the biggest thing you should be looking for is what they call freedom. Freedom to go where you want to, freedom to do what you want to, freedom to see what you want to, freedom to go to a movie, to an island, to a planet, to anywhere that you consider that you want to go on this planet. Maybe you want to go to Europe, you can go. Maybe you'd like to go to Hawaii, you could go. Maybe you'd like to go to Tahiti, you can go. Maybe you'd like to visit Australia, you can go. You have the time and the effort and the money and the finances and the wealth to do all these things. This is what you should be looking for when you live abundantly. You should never ever think that you live in lack. Living in lack will only hurt you. Now, this is a mindset that you must break. I cannot break it for you. You are the only one that can take care of your universe, which is you. You have infinite possibilities in your universe to do mighty things. With each step you take, you are taking a quantum shift. Now, a quantum shift, they're saying a doppelganger, depending on what you're listening to, and quantum physics and other things, which means this is another version of you. But what is happening is consciously you are shifting in these different things that you want to do in life. Some of you want to be a great martial artist, but you think because you're at a white belt, you'll never make it. If you keep going, persistence and patience and time and practice, you will eventually become a black belt if you continue to go. You will get better at this. Think of your brain as a synapse that's always programming. Remember, when this energy, this every full moon cycle gets to the top of your head and beyond, then you start to transmit whatever your desires of your heart are. And in the Bible, it states, I will give you the desires of your heart. And people miss this because they're not understanding how the universe works. When you understand this, you will see that people will show up into your life. You may be looking for the love of your life, and they may make a phone call. You may have a buddy that wants to bring you to that. A friend of mine recently, I was trying to get him into martial arts class, and he just would never go because he was going to school and things like that. But now he wants to be a pilot, and a friend of mine is a pilot, and if he'd have went, he'd have met this individual. See, don't fight what the universe is trying to do to you. Sometimes you're going to take a left instead of a right. Don't look at it as a mistake. Maybe your car will break down, or you'll spill coffee on your leg. Don't look at that as a mistake. Look at that maybe the universe is protecting you so you don't get out and get into a bad accident that just happened 15 to 20 minutes ago, and you'd have been right in the midst of it, and it might have killed you and your family. So always look at things differently. When you wake up in the morning, get excited like a small child. I woke up. The more you practice this, the more energy you're going to start to release every single day. The more you do this, the more you're literally going to become the best version of you. When you become the best version of you, you don't have to worry about a woman or a man. They will gyrate into your life, I promise you. Why? Your energy levels will be so high. Who is that person? They will want to know that person. They will smile at that person. They will be attracted to that person with no effort whatsoever. Why? Your energy levels are off the chart. All you focus on is all the good you can do in the world. You want your dreams to come true? You get started. That means you write them down. Just one dream is all you get. But if you want to write things down, you can write 50 of them. Just remember, you got to look at them every day. You can either read them out loud, or you can write them every single day. I prefer to write everything down every single day, because what this does, it goes to your subconscious, runs 95% of everything you do, and eventually, I believe it will manifest into your life if you keep doing it. The biggest problem, people don't manifest something, they stop. They give up. I want to be a doctor, but I don't want to go to school. Well, you can't be a doctor. That's a requirement. If you want to be a lawyer, you got to go to school. Want to be a nurse, you got to go to school, and you got to put your time in there. Maybe you want to own a business, start looking at businesses. I cannot stress this enough. I cannot make you do any of this stuff. I can only tell you what works for me, and you can take it or leave it. Now, I want you to take what's good and what's helping you, whatever. Then you're focusing on politicians. You want to help your politicians? Every time you see one that's been in there over 8 years, try to vote them out. That means vote for the person, none of the above. When you start to do this, you're going to start to get rid of these people that have been messing up the thing. And look at people and honestly ask yourself, would I want this person in my family? Would I want this person running my business? Would I want this person anywhere around me? If the answer is no, why are you voting for them? Period. We must come together. We are all collectively connected to the universe. Why are we fighting like small children over a lollipop when there's plenty of lollipops for everybody? You should be living in abundance. You should be using the light that lives in you, that spark of God that's you. You should be sharing that light with others so that they can have that spark too. Some people need a little help. Some of you have mighty gifts and you're holding on to them. Why? You're only going to be here 120 years. That's about the time limit of that, thanks to the Anunnaki, according to Billy Carson, which is the alien species that supposedly capped our telomeres a long time ago. And it could be true. Just don't know. But I do know there's more to this than they say. The point I want you to do is learn to dream. Learn to start writing down what you want in life. Learn to go for those. Don't get mad when you have to take a left instead of a right. Don't get mad when somebody comes into your life and they're trying to help you and you're fighting everything they're doing. As the universe will say, and the man was waiting in the river, and he says he had 3 people pass by him, and the water kept rising because it was a flood, and they said, look, we'll come to get you in a plane. No, I'm waiting on God. He'll be here eventually. So guy left. Guy came in a raft. No, I'm waiting on God. Guy came in a big boat. He said, no, I'm waiting on God. The guy ended up drowning and finally made it up to his home place, and he said, what happened, God? I thought you came. He said, I sent 3 people to get you, and you never came into the plane. So quit looking at everything as though it's not going to happen to you. The universe is always helping you. You're the one that's not living it. Well, my time is up, folks. I hope you enjoyed my video. As always, love yourself, for you truly are well loved. Y'all have a great day, and thank you so much. Goodbye.